this is me communicating. I felt I needed to communicate with you and show you that this is what social distancing looks like. It doesn't mean to say that we're actually switching off from communicating with each other in this difficult time. It just means that we have to approach things from a slightly different angle, think out of the box, as it were. And as we know, talking saves lives. As a qualified counsellor, I mean, it took me 3 years to qualify, all those over 100 hours of training with my clients and everything else. I know all of the skills and tools that we should be using against stress and anxiety. And I felt very anxious and I think angry. I've been carrying a lot of anger over the way some people are not social distancing, the way people are being flippant about the virus and not fully understanding that it's a difficult time out there and we really need to take it seriously. So I've been struggling to get in touch with my compassion, which is usually my first point of call. So I really decided to kind of practice what I preach and have a look at the compassion. Where is it? Why is it not there for these people that I'm feeling difficulty with? And accepting that it's okay for me to feel difficult in these times. I think I've come to the conclusion that if somebody really cannot see the value of protecting their loved ones or their community in a sensible way, when we know how it's worked in other countries, then perhaps that's the very place my compassion belongs. That's the very people that I need to be giving my compassion to, because we all need to value our loved ones and ourselves and our communities. And at a time like this, tying them all together is such an important thing to do. And so I've really been working on where my compassion lies from myself, that it's okay for me to be stressed. It's okay for me to be human. I have loved ones too, and I love me. So my community and I need to be at one with that feeling of difficult times. And likewise, that not everybody deals with things in the same manner. However, from a sense of safety, we all need to. And so that's where my compassion lies. I've written some notes because I've felt that I've needed to offload this, and I hope that through talking about my difficulties, even though I have all of the skills and the knowledge to work with them, that perhaps if you are struggling yourselves, it's okay, and that you'll be kinder to yourself and more understanding that in times like this, even those of us who really have access to things that others don't, even we struggle. These are very adverse times. And so the social distancing has caused me a lot of upset. I have struggled to work with the compassion, and I have looked at the grasp of the dangers and all of the things that are important to me. Can I change how others work? I've really tried hard to, but if it's making me ill, then I have to let that go, because I cannot change what others do. All I can do is change how I receive what others do. And the way to work with that is that accepting we're all different. And it's looking at the breathing that I always talk to my clients about, you know, putting your hand on your belly, make sure your hand moves so that you're doing some deep breathing rather than just shallow breathing, you're anxious up here. All of those things. Go back to my meditation, make sure that I do it every day. I have time, although I am working from home, I still have time to do that. And it's the easiest thing in the world to do, to not do the self-care, because in times like this, everything is heightened and you're in the fight, freeze, flight. And I think I've been in fight mode, that I'm trying to fight it and make it all happen. And I can't change other people. I really can only change how I react to what other people are doing and how it reacts and sits with myself. So social distancing does not have to mean social communication. It doesn't mean that we're cutting down on that. It just means that we need to think about the way we get in touch with people. We're so lucky to have the amount of technology that we have. That is such a blessing. My biggest part of my compassion is obviously for the people out on the streets. We're not out there putting money in the pot. We need to make sure that if we have a little bit extra in these difficult times, it goes to a homeless charity. It offers some compassion and some help, because the streets are going to be very empty. And if that's where you live, it would be very difficult. So if we have a look at the few in the moment, and we have a look at the interaction of the people that we care for, and even people we don't know. So a wee video like this to surprise somebody, you know, a wee phone call. How long ago was it that you had the joy of sitting with a cup of tea and making a phone call and having a laugh with a friend? I know it's been a very long time since I've done that, and that's definitely something I need to be planning into my week, and I intend to appreciate that moment. I think the biggest thing to kind of say to myself, the same as everybody else, is that our positives are very, very few at the moment, and it might be very easy to be overwhelmed and not see that there are any. However, they're there. We have technology. We have a community. There are community spirits out there. There are some people doing amazing things. And really just to say, if I can accept in amongst all of that, that I'm only human, then I hope that you can too. If you feel you need to offload, do a video. If you don't want to add it to the counselling page and make it public, then send it to me via Messenger. Whether you want a reply or not is entirely up to you. But sometimes, like today, this inner need to just offload, shed the stress, and that's really what I've had to do today, and have a good look at how I'm dealing with this situation, because I need to make it as healthy for myself mentally as possible, and to go back to the basics. Talking saves lives. So if you need a space to talk, then talk to me. I'm here. And other than that, take care. Take care of yourselves.